rent issue is becoming a headache.
48 million. I mean, I feel because today we not to use it. We not see me too free then.
In fact, me no me father and high. This is my first time.
Martin Togbo is in a pensive mood. He sits at the rent control office, poring over how he will continue to keep a roof over his family. His landlord has been increasing rent over the years, and it is now becoming unbearable. In about 8 months, he has to cough up almost 9,000 cedis, or he will find himself and his 2 sons on the streets.
It's been a very, very difficult task to pay the rent, and then at the same, I mean, it's especially when you are not within a resident bungalow as where you work.
Martin teaches music at a school near Birmingham. Before then, he lived in a teacher's bungalow. But when he was transferred, his renting woes began.
I was not going for loan to take these things to pay the rent. I used my part-time teaching piano here and there to pay. Fortunately, things didn't go well.
He's now renting a chamber and hall, but his landlord keeps increasing the rent and his demands are now unbearable. He is at the rent control for a solution.
Rent issue is becoming a headache. I'm telling you, rent issue in this country is becoming a headache, and it's driving a lot of people crazy. It's driving a lot of people crazy. You see, if you are hungry and you can take water and find a place and sleep, you'll be sound. A sound mind will be in a sound body.
Martin's case is just a drop in the ocean. Many people line up in the corridors of the rent control office daily, seeking a resolution to their rent problems. The cost of food, fuel, and transport have gone up. High rent is driving many people crazy, so they are here to complain. 60-year-old Adiza storms out of one of the offices where her case was just heard. Nothing will soothe Adiza's anger. She claims her landlord is evicting her only 2 weeks after moving into her house, but she seems unsatisfied with the outcome of the resolution.
48 million. I mean, I feel because today we not to use it. We not see me too free then.
I'm yet to get a house. I paid 4,800 Ghana cedis, but now she's evicting me. How can she do that?
Anna,
after she reluctantly settles to talk to me, she explains that getting a place to rent is one of the most frustrating endeavors, and it doesn't come cheap.
It looks like she paid her way through. It's not easy. Renting is expensive.
Meanwhile, her landlord, Ernestina, is equally upset. Renting out her house for the first time has been an unpleasant experience.
In fact, me no me father and high. This is my first time.
This is my first time renting my house. I heard stories, but I didn't believe. Now I have experienced it.
Until me take a step, say, me dem me pesa obi mbetete me na me ntete obi.
She has decided to venture out of the renting business. According to her, building materials have shot up, making construction extremely expensive.
To rent a room, no, it is not necessarily again. Tenants na ya womu be high dan no. Muma womu nya won hu tiase say, once anyankopon emma ensun so a ube yebi obi ayebi no.
I won't rent out again. Tenants should try and respect landlords because building materials are expensive.
Nipa unim baby onya ne sika wo ebi a wa koye adwuma so many years a wa be fie.
For Ramatu, her rent has gone up more than 50%. She's wondering how she would afford it. She's a single mother of 5 who migrated from Boko to Accra to work. She launders and cleans for people for money, but her recent headache is her landlord increasing her rent.
Now the landlord says rent has increased to 150 cedis. I will also have to pay the agent, and how am I going to afford it?
6 million, 4 million, 5 million agent fee.
The 2021 population and housing census shows the country's housing deficit is over 1.7 million. Until government aggressively tackles the housing deficit, landlords will always control the cost of rent.